Lauma did something no character has done in years. She didn't just improve Bloom, she changed how it works entirely. And because of that, players are split. Some say she's broken, others say she's overrated. Now here's the thing, both are wrong. Because whether Lauma is insane or unnecessary depends entirely on your account. And if you already have Nahida or COLUMBINA, your decision becomes much more complicated. So let's break this down properly. Lauma is a 5-star Dendro Catalyst. Her role is off-field sub-DPS and reaction enabler. But that's not what makes her special. Her defining mechanic is this. She converts Bloom into Lunar Bloom. That single change increases your damage ceiling, because Lunar Bloom can crit, and it scales using her elemental mastery and crit stats. Now here's her internal loop. Trigger Lunar Bloom to generate Verdant Dew. You gain 1 stack every 2.5 seconds. Then you use her hold skill. It consumes all Verdant Dew. Each stack becomes Moonsong. Moonsong then amplifies her burst. Her burst gives Pale Hymn stacks, and these stacks increase all Bloom-type damage. So her entire kit is a loop. Generate reactions, store power, release it for amplification. But wait, she also reduces Dendro and Hydro resistance. She enables crit windows for reactions, and she provides healing based on EM. So she compresses multiple roles into one slot. Now, on to her weapons. Let's keep this efficient. Best in slot is Nightweaver's Looking Glass. It gives maximum scaling and team output, but it is not required. Best value option is Black Marrow Lantern. At R5, it reaches around 90% of signature performance. That makes it the best choice for most players. Aetherlight Spindalute is also strong. It provides energy recharge, so if your rotations feel inconsistent, this becomes very valuable. Lantern is enough for optimized play. Constellations. At C0, Lauma is fully functional. You are not missing her core kit. C1 improves energy generation. This reduces energy recharge requirements and makes rotation smoother. C2 is the major spike. It massively increases reaction scaling based on EM. But here's the priority. Weapon first, then C1, then stop. Most players should stay at C0. Artifacts. Your default set is Deepwood Memories. If no one else is using it, Lauma should. It provides consistent resistance shred. Alternative is Silken Moon Serenade. Only use it in fully optimized lunar teams. Now stats. Main stats are simple. Elemental mastery on all 3 pieces. But substats matter more. You want energy recharge first, because her burst is essential for team damage. Then stack elemental mastery. Then crit rate and crit damage. Yes, crit matters here, because Lunar Bloom can crit. Target around 800 EM minimum. Energy recharge between 120 to 160%. And any crit you can get without sacrificing EM. Talent priority. Skill is highest priority. It handles application, damage, and resistance shred. Burst is second. It scales your entire team's reaction damage. Normal attacks or irrelevant. Team comps, premium setup, Nefer, Lauma, COLUMBINA, Sucrose. This is one of the highest ceiling teams. Lauma acts as the damage amplifier. Nilou team. Nilou, Lauma, Nahida, Kokomi. This setup pushes Bloom scaling to the limit. F2P option, Huki Shinobu, Xingqiu, Dendro Traveler, Lauma. This is stable and efficient. Now here's the key idea. Lauma is not tied to a character. She is tied to a reaction system. Now, some questions that you guys have about her. 1. Is Lauma worth it at C0? Yes, she is fully functional without constellations and does not require her signature weapon. 2. Do you need Nefer? No, she works across multiple Bloom-based teams. 3. Is she better than Nahida? In Bloom teams? Yes. In Spread or Aggravate? No. Should you pull if you have Nahida? Only if you want to shift into Bloom-focused teams. Otherwise, Nahida remains more flexible. 5. What if you don't have lunar characters? She still works, but you will not reach her full potential. 6. What if you do have lunar characters? Her value increases significantly. What does Verdant do? It is the resource that powers her rotation loop. Without consistent generation, your damage drops. 8. What is her rotation? Start with your supports. Trigger reactions first. Then use burst. Then hold skill to convert stacks. Now here's a critical clarification, especially if you are running COLUMBINA. Some players think Lauma is required to enable Lunar Bloom. That is not always true. COLUMBINA already enables Lunar Bloom. Your team already has access to that reaction system. So what does Lauma actually add? This is where most players get it wrong. She is not just an enabler. She is a scaling engine. First, scaling ownership. Lunar Bloom damage uses her stats, so you concentrate EM into one unit. This increases efficiency. Second, Pale Him. This is a team-wide amplification system. It increases all reaction damage and scales further based on her rotation. Third, consistency. Her buffs stabilize reaction damage through crit windows. This improves real performance in Abyss. Now let's talk about Nahida here, because this is a common misunderstanding. Nahida gains damage and crit from Elemental Mastery, but this applies only to her skill, not to Bloom reactions. So even with high EM Nahida, your reactions still cannot crit. Your scaling is still limited. So the difference becomes simple. Nahida improves the system. Lauma changes the scaling of the system. Now for your account specifically. If you run Nahida plus COLUMBINA, your team is already complete. You do not need Lauma to function. Adding Lauma does not unlock something new. It pushes your existing team to a higher ceiling. So she becomes a min-max upgrade, not a necessity. Now, her future value. In Spiral Abyss, Lauma excels in multi-target fights. More enemies means more reactions. More reactions means higher scaling. She also provides healing. This allows more aggressive team setups. Reaction-based units scale with new characters. Every new Hydro or Dendro unit can increase her value. So she is future-proof within her niche. But she locks you into that niche. Final verdict. Pull Lauma if you want maximum reaction damage, you enjoy optimized team building, you want to push Abyss performance. Skip Lauma if you want flexibility, you rely on Nahida for multiple teams, you already clear content comfortably. Now here's the real decision. Do you want a stronger team or the strongest possible version of that team? Tell me your lineup in the comments. I'll tell you if Lauma is worth it for you.